What is going on, everyone? I'm DeFi Sean. That is Mr. Pixels, and this is INF Friday. And guys, we have been absolutely crushing it this week with Moon or Dust. Yesterday's episode was yesterday's. It's probably the most hype episode we've ever had. I'm gonna get the view count together because obviously it's hard to get view count because we stream across so many different channels. You know, you'd have to actually sit down and go from channel to channel and all that to get it viewed up. But I'm going to go ahead and get those numbers together because we can share it. And I know that this week was bigger than the last 2 weeks. I don't know if combined, but probably close to it. So Moon or Dust is definitely doing its thing. Eyes are getting on it, which is the first step. And remember, Moon or Dust, Lunar Pump, Infineon, it's all connected. It seems to be a lot of people talking back and forth. It's all one product. I know in crypto, it's hard for people to wrap their head around stuff working together and stuff, being, I guess you can say, combined. But it's what it is. Like Moon or Dust is an extension of everything that we're doing. We're going from idea to idea, finding the right thing that hits, which is just a part of, any average business is finding that idea that's going to stick. And I think we have it with Moon or Dust. Different marketing agencies are now getting all of our stuff to sell to people. Again, it's a little bit different. This is crypto marketing. Remember, it's not like a TV channel selling ad space. That's kind of the norm. So we have to get people to realize what we're doing so that they can see the value in actually advertising with us. But if we continue what we're doing, the chat was off the charts yesterday. I was even telling Mr. Pixel, we switched service because our chat wasn't keeping up, but shit, YouTube's chat wasn't even really keeping up with our group. There was a major delay while I was waiting for the trivia questions and different things like that. So yeah, there's definitely people tuning in to our chats, and the chat's going absolutely wild. And again, tens of thousands of views, probably hundreds of thousands of impressions by now on all of the Moon or Dust content. So it's all going even better than what we could have possibly hoped for. But yeah, Mr. Pixel, why don't you tell everyone hello and kind of give your thoughts on how it's going.
Yes. Hey, how's everybody doing? Yeah. Glad to be back. Another Infineon Friday. Yeah, I mean, shit, Moon or Dust going great. I'm super happy with how all that is playing out. I mean, every week, 3 episodes per week so far. We've completed episode 9. That's including the pilot week. And the numbers, you can't lie. They don't lie. It's been fucking awesome so far, week on week, increasing every time, getting the clips out there. They're increasing every time. So yeah, super happy on that front. And again, like I said, seeing a lot of people going on about, the market's in the shitter right now. So even Bitcoin don't have a complaints department. We got to eat a lot of shit in these times. So, as you do, but the reality is that, this is a fucking volatile space, right? And it's constantly changing, be it for political reasons, fucking whatever it is, right? Or just market reasons or economic reasons, whatever way you want to look at it, but it's volatile, right? And it's still trying to maintain adoption, this and that. Regulation is still, up in the air. Markets are turbulent. And, when you're in a position like we're in, you gotta pivot all the time. You got to try and be, innovative, try and think of some way to bring people in. So what do you want to do? You want to try and bring them in the front door where it's nice and classy and beautiful and everything looks good, or do you want to bring them in the back door where there's more of a chance that they'll just turn around and say, nah, fuck this, I'm out. We got to try and do this, and the best thing we can possibly do right now is bring them in, through Moon or Dust and then onto Lunar Pump. That is the whole point and goal of this. Vicariously, Infineon will benefit from that ultimately, right? Because that's the structure, that's the order of it. So, but if we don't have ways to if we don't have some ideas of how we're going to market this that can break through the noise, right? Because there's plenty of noise out there. There's loads of projects, and as we've said, there's tons of L2s as well. It's tough. L2s are tough. There's no doubt about it. Everyone's going away with fees and this and that and bridging and things. People just go for the easy option. That's just the way of the world. That's the reality is. We're up against it in that regard right now. And again, hey, they can come back, of course. It's never say never, but it's difficult to do that. And if we don't innovate and try and think of ways to break through the noise and get people interested somehow, we're just fighting an uphill battle. And and I think for a lot of the time too, people don't realize how much it takes to actually do this, not just even on a financial level, but on a personal level, struggling, the amount of sacrifice you have to make to show up every day for something that isn't generating revenue currently. You know what I mean? So it's it ain't easy, right? So like, please, when everybody's in the comments or they're in the chat, like, take into consideration, other people that have invested that actually work and do this every day and try to come up with these ideas and try to think outside the box, not to mention building it and hosting it and running it and like servicing more fucking telegrams and servicing more X accounts. Do you think that shit's fun? No, it ain't. You know what I mean? So like, get fucking real here. Like, realize the space we're in and stop like, stop with the just try get behind it. Like the best thing you can do is invest in people, right? That's always the one thing that I've always heard. Best thing you do is invest in the people. And if they show up and they continue to work every day, that's the best investment you make. Things will come and go sometimes, but it's the people that you invest in. So we're not going to stop showing up, but it's a lot, it's a lot easier when you show up and you don't have to eat shit sandwiches and chat all day. um you know so just know everybody's on the same boat here. Nobody's trying to be anybody's boss. Everybody's trying to put in as much work as they possibly can to make this thing move, and whatever means, by all means necessary, whatever it's going to take, we're going to try and create. And again, I've seen people in chat, if Moon doesn't work out, well, guess what, we're going to try and come up with some other way to bring people on board, bring other people to lunarpump.fun, whatever it is. Right? So the worst thing you can do, how you can guarantee failure, there's one way you can guarantee it, and that's fucking quit. Right? So as long as we don't do that, we should be fine. But things don't always go the way you want them to go. It's fucking crypto. That's the reality here. 99% of time they don't. And again, yeah, it ain't easy being green. No, it ain't. But and that's the thing, it takes a lot of conviction to get behind, and like we always say, you need community, man. Community is like the biggest fucking thing you can have in this space. You gotta have it, and if you're in this space long enough, you do understand sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't, and more often than not in crypto they don't. But that's where it comes in. If you quit, yeah, you're fucked. You know what I mean? So there ain't no one quitting. We gotta roll with the punches. We gotta, take the ups and the downs and just like, stay strong. That's all we can do, and keep building and keep growing. And to be honest, I'm pretty fucking happy with where we're at right now, considering everything and considering the growth of Lunar Dust, bringing people to Lunar Pump, where the platform is at right now. I'm pretty cool with it. I'm happy with it. I'm happy to show up every day, even though, there's no massive revenue streams yet, but the potential is what we're looking at, the potential that this has. And there ain't nothing else out there like it at the moment. And the platform that we're using it to bring people to is looking awesome as well right now. And it's just moving on to a brand new server, new features being added all the time. This stuff takes time. You just gotta try and hang in there. But thankfully, we have enough skill set. We got a strong enough community to be able to like pivot like this and push. But people got to get behind it too at the same time. And for the most part, they do. But there's always going to be frustration times, and it's understandable. I get it. But just look at it from everybody's perspective. We're all busting our asses out here. We all got families. We've all got this. We've all got that. So like, everyone's feeling it. And I'm sure nobody's feeling it more than a lot of the guys that kicked it all off in the first place, Sean and all those guys. So, just all still here, by the way. So, just hang in there. Stay strong, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean, and while we're talking about it, I wasn't necessarily planning on talking about it in this episode because I was going to make a post in the main chat. But of course, why not address the FUD? It's what we always do. I've gotten stuff come back to me about backroom chatters about farming LP and there not being VCs. Furthest thing from the truth. First off, I wouldn't be up here putting my face on here 5 days a week if we were farming LPs. So a couple of things about that. The VCs, what was it, Victus? They actually put out a post about us, and everyone's been there. We went to tons of AMAs, and we will continue to do it, but they kind of do it at weird times on Thursdays and Saturdays, so I can't do it every week. Again, we have an announced partnership. With those comments, I actually announced or asked the other partner that we have, the VC, to go ahead and announce our partnerships. And with the farming of the LP, if that's what we were planning on doing, we would be launching meme tokens. We've shown on a million different occasions through Krypton calls, we can launch at 2K and bring a token easily up to 300, 500, a million, especially depending on market conditions. That's the route we would be going. We wouldn't have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars building this ecosystem. Because remember, we didn't just talk about building something. We actually built it. There's a live blockchain, there's a live wallet, there's a live token launcher. And I'm going to break down everything in the chat, breaking down all the costs. I know I semi did it like a month or two ago, but I am going to put it all on paper so everyone can see what it costs, how much we've spent, and what we've spent is more than what we raised from the VCs and from the pre-sale combined. So anyone thinking that that's what's going on is the furthest thing from the truth. Because remember, we didn't just talk about building this. Hey, let's put up money and we maybe are going to build this, but nothing actually ever gets built. And then we bounce. We actually built everything and the products are live and working. But I will give a full breakdown of everything we spent so that everyone can see it in black and white, exactly what we spent and where we spent it.
Awesome.
So yeah, just want to address the FUD because I mean it's aggravating to hear that because again, you try to do it right, and no matter what you do, you still kind of get that stuff that you're not doing this or you're stealing. Again, furthest thing from the truth. I put up so much money into this; it's probably eclipsed 6 figures by now. That again, I'm not going anywhere because I'm tied to this. I have so much money, not only buying the token in the pre-sale, but the money we actually put up out of our own pocket to actually initially start building this, which remember, we came out of pocket up front. The blockchain was on testnet before we even raised a penny. And how do you think it got like that? We bought it. So yeah, I just want to reiterate that because again, it's frustrating hearing that like behind the scenes that people actually think that. And I understand it's crypto. You always assume the worst, but with us, we get up here and we lay everything down and we always challenge you. You think you know something? Come prove it, because I guarantee you cannot prove it because it's not happening. So
yes, sir. Yeah, no, for sure. Super Seb is asking, what happened to all those announced partnerships? Is there something cooking behind the scenes? So that was during when we had Growthy on board and doing those things. And we're still in connection with all those people, by the way. Yes.
Yep. Let me answer that. So when you have a partnership in crypto, it always starts off as just a partnership, just something to get your name out there. Hopefully do like a little crisscross. Your community sees us, our community sees them. And then a partnership only really comes to fruition if there's actually something we can integrate into one another. And there's one project actually, I haven't even talked to Mr. Pixel about it, that we may potentially have a really good shot at participating with or partnering with. But yeah, vast majority of products or partnerships, I mean, they don't come to any real fruition because there's not much they can really do for us, to be honest, other than try to hopefully give us exposure. So yeah, we have like 25 or 30 different rooms with different partners that we still have set up that we will utilize when we can. We share different things with them and vice versa. So
yeah, and that's something we're going to be able to tap into as well. Like we'll analyze, see what their communities are all about, and we can potentially tap into them as guests, for Moon or Dust and stuff like that too down the line. Because at least with Moon or Dust, there's always a partnership to be had because you can just come on the show if you got a good community or whatever the project is, and do that. We versus FUD, always, Mike. It's always there.
Yep. Yeah. When we had Phoenix Friday, even when we went from 100,000 to 11 million, we were still getting FUD. It's just part of the space. So me and Joe always started off every single episode with talking about FUD, because especially with Joe, because so many people hated him from Safe Moon because he kind of blew the whistle. It was just something that we dealt with nonstop, and I never shy away from it. That's why I always address any FUD at all. Just whether it's in the chat, whether it's here, we always answer everything straight on. And again, a lot of times we're too honest. A lot of times it'll get us in trouble because we do give it to everyone straight. And a lot of people don't like how crypto works behind the scenes.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out Miss Pixel. Yeah, smash the FUD. Mr. Silvio, I'm not sure.
Where's it? Why am I? Oh no, that's X. Okay,
that's from X.
My chat isn't updating for some reason.
Oh yeah, I had to go out of it and go back into it again.
Yep. I just did it. Now it's updated. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
There we go.
About to say, from what I can tell, it looked like no one was talking. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what this man is saying. See, but, thanks for viewing on X.
Even YouTube. That's what I was saying that when we started the chat, like, because I'm so hard on our chat. We're upgrading servers. I want it to be perfect. But actually doing the last few episodes on YouTube, I realized even their chat's not perfect. I can't tell you how many times we've done the trivia questions and people were saying, oh, this person's got the right answer, and it hadn't even updated on my side yet. So yeah, it's apparently it's a thing, I guess. But with that being said, we want our chat to be perfect.
Oh, he said I'm playing along. All right. Awesome. Yes, sir. Don't forget, tune in next week, Silvu. And maybe in the audience edition on Tuesdays, you might get a chance to play. But yeah, for those of you who are not familiar, I'm sure you are. If you're watching on YouTube, anyway, you are. But we do have a couple of clips that we dropped one a little earlier from Moon or Dust, so we can lighten it a little bit. And again, hey, if anybody has any questions, please drop them in anywhere in any of the comments on YouTube, on X. We're on there too. We're on Twitch. So if you got anything you want to ask about anything, you're a part of the community already, and you got anything you want to ask, answer regarding Infineon or anything else, fire it out there. Ask away. Sean's here, and if we can't get you an answer right here, if it's something more technical, then we can get it wherever it's needed to be gotten. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys tuning in. I know this isn't a super duper hype episode because it's not Moon or Dust intensity levels, but we do have a couple of clips that we can play here. And I just want to give a quick shout out to my beautiful wife. Thanks for tuning in. She hasn't had much time to tune in much these days, but thanks, sweetheart. Yep. Showing the support.
Real quick before we show clips too, for anyone that's down about Infineon, we've been looking for something to stick. We probably found it. So like now is definitely the worst time to not let's push this thing forward, because mod is sticking. It is working. It's only a matter of time before we start bringing in ad dollars and different things like that. We have different other ideas on how we can bring in funds for mod, for the show, and then also obviously for the whole ecosystem. So yeah, now's the time to like really push. And I know the market's down, a lot of people, but come Monday, that can be completely changed. Everyone gets down and we get these things, but everything changes on the drop of a dime. It can go from completely bearish to all of a sudden 500 million or 1 billion or whatever it is flowing into the market within hours, just like it leaves it. It's just, it's how crypto goes. That's why I never get nervous about crypto. Bitcoin's at 109. We could wake up and it could be at 122 Monday. I mean, it's just, it rebounds so fast. So yeah, that's why I don't over worry about the market.
Yeah, and in a bearish market, it's always good to go on a game show where you could just win money for free, right? I mean, so that's always good.
Yeah, and speaking of that, TikTok banned us for gambling, even though gambling, you have to put up money to be considered gambling. But I guess the AI, just it doesn't understand.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, maybe the algo needs a little tweaking. But I mean, when I was setting up that account, they literally banned it while I was trying to put in the handle, just after setting it up. And then we had to submit an appeal. They said, "Oh, sorry, carry on," and then posted a clip.
And then they said, "Not sorry, banned."
Yeah, banned.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sons of bitches. But yeah, so this was, and I was saying, you come on a game show and win, whatever, $1,000, or you could come on a game show for free and win nothing. But you never know how it's going to go. But this was this week's prime time, and man, was this a mind blower. Check it out.
All right, Andrew. Pressure's definitely on. Again, 410 and $0 in play. So your chosen wallet 23, and then we have wallet 2 and 17. So which wallet are we taking off the board? 2 or 17?
2.
All right, wallet 2. Let's take it off the board. Ooh. All right, $10 off the board. Andrew, we're going to be getting one final call. This is going to be the last offer that you can take before the final. So just keep that in mind. This is your last opportunity, and it's coming from Rico. Rico, let's see what Andrew's options are. See what he decides to do.
Listen, Drew, with big prizes on the line, taking this offer lets you secure gains now instead of risking it all. My offer is $160.
All right, Andrew, he's giving you a pretty decent offer. We have 400 and we have 0. So you can take that 160 and walk away with a solid $160 right now, or you can risk it all and potentially walk away with nothing. So Rico wants to know, and he's giving you 45 seconds. So we're going to moon or dust.
I'm going to dust it, man.
Andrew, going all the way. We've been saying for a while now, 23 is holding that 400. So Rico, we're going to dust it.
Wow, walking away from 160 is gutsy. That's a bold bet on your secrets, and the milk community must be buzzing.
All All right, Andrew. We are in our final moments. So, Wallet 23 is your chosen wallet, but little twist, we do allow you to trade it out if you want. So you can swap out 23 for 17, or you can keep 23. The choice is yours. Are we going to keep 23, or we're going to swap it out for 17?
I don't know that I like that, man.
Got to put that extra wrench in there to make the decision.
Man, I'm going to keep that 23.
All right. Magnus Dominic Rico, he's keeping wallet 23. Now we're going for $400 or zero. Mr. Pixel, show us what's behind wallet 23.
Dust wallet.
All right, Andrew. Unfortunately, we did dust. Overall, though, how you feeling?
I don't even know, man. That was fun.
Very fun. A thing that we are deciding to do, though, are people that do dust, we do want to give them an opportunity to come back up. So we actually had another person dust. We've had one moon so far and one dust. So we will definitely give you and Milk another opportunity to come on, kind of redeem yourself and play again. So we always like to do that when people do dust. So you guys will definitely be coming on again. And again, guys, go ahead, jump on over, check Milk out, their Telegram, their Twitter. Again, become a part of the conversation.
All right.
That was a heck of an end.
Back-to-back primetime dustings. Can you believe it?
Yeah. Again, there's like a 1 in 26 shot. So we were, I think what Adam was saying, he had to I forgot what he had to do because remember, it's all randomized and he needed a dust wallet to happen. And which means he would have to pick it in the beginning. So he could never do it on all those tries. So it's just, again, real life. Nothing makes a move better. Real life is the best movie maker. You can't script that stuff.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy. And
yeah. And I mean, I put it in the tweet. Anybody that's watching too, please get over on that tweet right here. We just posted with that clip. These clips are super helpful to get out there and push across. I'm only seeing 3 comments right now. Moon or Dust Telegram, should be ashamed of yourselves. Get in there, get the comments in. Comments are super important. And I actually go back and I take time to, or one of us, whoever it is, take time to respond to all the comments as well, because we know that helps the algorithm. But we need comments to respond to. Please go in and make some.
Yep. I mean, we got so much stuff though. It's sometimes people overlook it. That's why I try to put out a big old list every 5 days or whatever. So trying to make it easy on everyone.
Yeah, and the way we're kind of trying to do it as well is on Monday we'll announce the guests for the week. That's the idea, and then on Friday we'll have the clips from the week. So get ready for those. That's kind of the way we're going to do it, and we're going to try. I'd say we take the weekend off, but that never happens either. So, but we're always working if we're not streaming or whatever. But yeah, please go over there, show some love to the X account. This is it right here, and show some love to that pinned tweet as well. It kind of breaks down how people can go and how they can participate in the show. Totally free, 100% free. Every Tuesday is audience edition. We do 2 games, 12 wallets, $100 top wallet in each. On Wednesday, we do the prime time, which is 26 wallets and $1,000 in the top wallet. And then on Thursday, we do the micro cap, which is 250. It's 26 wallets, $250 in the top wallet. And if anybody does want to go and sign up, they can head on over to the website, which I will show you right now what that looks like. Here it is. moon-or-dust.fun. Oh, no, that's not it. That's our TikTok that got banned. There it is. moon-or-dust.fun, moon-or-dust.fun. All the episodes are up there too. Should be up to date all the way through. Episodes 1 to 9 from the pilot to where we're at today, proving the game show every week. But if you do want to go up, you can click this here as well. It'll tell you all about the game, how it works. And you can just slide through this lovely little deck right here. It'll give you all the details. So you can understand exactly the game. And then if you want to go and become a contestant, you can just click up at the top here, next steps, become a contestant. And we'll just ask you for your name, the website, your X account handle, Telegram, contract address of the project, current market cap at time of submission, and then whoever the participant, who's the contestant going to be representing the project, their name, their X handle, their affiliation to the project, why should your project be selected from Moon or Dust, and where did you hear about us? And you can submit that. And once you submit that, you'll be given a one-time code that you need to DM directly to the Moon or Dust X account and give that code so we can confirm that is actually the legit, project that we're dealing with, the legit X account. So, but yeah, if you do want to do it, it's totally free. Come on over. You could bag $1,000 for your community. So yeah, get on over. And what I did want to show as well, Sean, was I'm sure the community will want to see this as well, and you can talk about it a little bit. Is the let's go to this window here. There we go. And there is the Moon or Dust chart right now. You're muted, Sean. Sorry, by the way.
Oh, yep. Yeah, Moon or Dust is looking great. I mean, what we're doing is we're building the foundation. Again, this is what organic looks like. Again, you have to know how it works behind the scenes. A lot of projects, there's a couple of ways that people do it. So I guess you can say serial devs, what they do is they use their own funds and they launch something, they pump the chart, they grow that initial community, and they pump the chart with their own funds. It starts off very synthetic. Then they start rolling out the marketing, the YouTube videos and the tweets and all that stuff. And then they try to turn that synthetic into organic. So that's why it kind of looks like a lot of times, oh, wow, look at the volume. 99% of the time, it's not real. They're making you think it's real. But this is what organic looks like, and it looks really good. The community is building. Yes, there's not tons of volume because, again, there's not tons of volume in the market that's just going to buy random tokens. So we have to really build the community like we're doing and just keep moving forward, and we will start to go. I mean, it's only a matter of time. It only takes one viral thing or one big call. I've talked to a few different people, but there's different big KOLs that I have in mind that I want to get with, that it's hard to pitch KOLs ideas because they're a dime a dozen. And most of the time they just want their money to make their video or make their tweet and move on. But this is something I think special we have here. So I'm pitching it to different people, trying to get certain people on board that actually are on board with it and not just looking for a paycheck up front. So that's what I'm doing a lot in the background so that we can hopefully run this. Of course, the LP, like with any micro cap, is a little thin, so that a lot of big money shies away from it. They want to see those big LPs, but yeah, I have confidence we're going to get there. We've done a lot of things in mod. Again, I can't stress the amount of positive feedback I've gotten from Moon or Dust. Hands down the best, from Infineon to Lunar Pump to literally anything and everything I've done. Moon or Dust has easily gotten the best feedback ever. Not even close. So, I have no doubt that we can push this.
Yeah, and you're right. This is what organic looks like. You can see that dip there. That's where people just saw, they were waiting, hoping that they might hit that early burst, and it didn't didn't pan out what they were hoping, and they just fucked off. And
that dip happened when the community just said no to any big YouTube packages. That's when that dip happened. That was your people that were holding up just to see if there would be like a run up to the millions or something. And as soon as they were in profit, obviously they heard that news and they took it, because that was the day it happened, was when that community discussion and everyone said no to the YouTube videos. Those people, they had a pretty decent, I didn't look at wallets, but I would imagine they got in on Lunar Pump and they were in profit, and they took it. But yeah, since then, boom, very pretty, just stair stepping our way up.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And that's the beauty of what we got with Moon or Dust is like, it is the marketing. You know what I mean? The show itself is the marketing.
Is the marketing, yep.
Yeah. So yes, Mike Titan brought the servers to us. But yeah, you can see that's what we're looking at, that boost that was put in right there before the big jump. So shout out to you guys. It was awesome. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I think I was in on that. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Like, we were on the pump. So sometimes that can actually even go the other way very quickly. So, but yeah, I mean, this is it. This is what organic growth looks like. We have the marketing machine. We have the clips, like I showed earlier on, that we want to try and push out. Obviously, the TikTok didn't hold up right now, at least. But we do have YouTube shorts that we're going to be putting out all the time. They have great viral potential. So, you know, the more intense and stuff the clips are, the better they'll do. But, you know, these little clips that we put out, the one that we just showed you guys a moment ago, this one here from the Milk Crew, from Andrew. Get out there, get some comments on that bad boy, get some likes and retweets going. Spread it out there as much as possible. Because this is how we market. We have the 3 shows 3 days a week live, and then the clips from the shows. I'm trying to focus more so on doing clips of people that are on camera, because it just looks a lot better for the clips themselves. So I'm trying to promote that as much as possible. But either way, we got the marketing. Results are great. And, you know, once the advertising and the sponsorship start coming in, you know, things are going to turn around a lot, and how that's going to benefit, you know, the token, keep all of us sane that work on this goddamn thing every day, that built it from scratch in like a space of like less than a month. You know, so just excited for it, I think, because especially because the feedback that I know Sean's been getting here in the background for it, I just think it's a matter of time. And the more we do, the more it grows, the stronger the community gets, the more that chart keeps going the way it's going right here, and that little strong upward trajectory with some minor corrections in between. You know, the longer that keeps going, the more credible this is going to get. You know, so it's just down to consistency here and just steady growth, in my opinion. And we're good at that. We're good at the consistency. Now we just need to keep this growth
and
going.
you said it right. Everything we do is just constant content. And a lot of people that are seeing Moon Dust, they're not even realizing it, because no one does what we're doing. Like, so a lot of people probably don't even realize the magnitude of what they're looking at until they actually get here. But I don't have tons of time. Today's Halloween. You know, kids got to go trick or treating. I got stuff I have to get done for Crypto on Calls after this. But let's answer some questions real quick.
Yeah, Titan just popped that up there. He said you're busy. You might show the chart I sent you. I don't know if he sent you a chart or something, but
yeah. Let me see. I could forward it maybe to Mr. Pixel. He can get it pulled up. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let's see. While I'm answering some questions, I'll let him get it pulled up. I'm gonna forward it to you, Mr. Pixel. I see you, Titan.
All right. Cool.
All right. So while Mr. Pixel is getting that pulled up, let's talk about some questions that I saw come in. All right. So since the token dump and the blockchain is not being used, would it be possible to just migrate and launch on Lunar Pump as Lunar Pump Fund token? I love Infineon, but maybe it's time to move where the money is. I mean, guys, like we've had this discussion, anything's possible. I was thinking, again, after the chat today, and a lot of people showing their whatever you want to say in the chat, I was thinking maybe on Moon Monday, we actually have a discussion about it. Again, it's up to all of us on what exactly we want to do. Again, I want to show a breakdown of what everything costs, what we spent on, and I want everyone to know how expensive this ecosystem that we built is. You know, it wasn't just something that, you know, we threw together. On top of that, we can look to where we can cut back, because there's certain things that we can potentially cut back on to help propel the whole ecosystem forward. So let's shelve that conversation until Monday. So maybe everyone show up Monday, have your ideas on what we can do with the Infineon token, and let's kind of start from there. I mean, in my mind, we just grow out the ecosystem and let money start funneling back to it, but that doesn't seem to be the consensus. So yeah, let's talk about it Monday. So let's shelve that for Monday. Obviously, we don't have the time for everyone to start throwing out ideas now, but let's shelve that for Monday and we can have a big conversation.
I don't think that's a terrible idea if you know how things go, but more data will you know bring people's opinions on that. So, but I mean, not a bad idea. You know, I'm open to suggestions like that. Anything that turns the tide for us. You know what I mean? That's I'm willing. But yeah, go ahead, John.
Wow, I've seen tits and murder on TikTok. Gambling would be child's play.
Not even gambling.
Very true. It is not even gambling. We'll see. Mod is going to be live one day on a massive cable channel. Of course, this has crossed my mind. About doing NFTs for Mod. Couple things. Don't forget, we already have 5% of the revenue going back to our bid holders, no matter what. So that 5% is going to be taken. That's just built in. Everything we do, bid holders are going to get 5%. So we already kind of have a set of NFTs. Is it the worst idea? Could we use those funds to really market it and really push this? Of course. Before we start saying, hey, revenue to NFT holders, I would like it to actually start producing revenue. But I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's that's always on the table. I mean, you can always do these would be fun NFTs to do, to connect it to Moon or Dust. Hold an NFT to play on the audience. Again, there's so many different things. Hold the NFT to play plus a bag to play on the audience edition. I mean, there's so many different things. Of course, we have the idea that people brought up about buying tickets so that we can potentially, especially the audience edition, keep growing. That is something we'll probably be implementing, is selling tickets, and then we can start having thousands of dollars for that, or people are playing for on the audience edition. And then again, we can take a certain portion of those tickets back for revenue from Mod for the bid holders. If we did sell new NFTs, we can do those NFTs, which Mr. Pix, I mean, we haven't discussed that. So, I mean, I don't even know how he feels about that. So yeah, there's tons of different stuff that we're doing.
I'm open to anything that makes sense. Like, end of the day, we got to look at this as a business, right? And everybody that's in the community right now and it's in the chat that's invested, whether it be in whatever token you've invested in as part of the ecosystem, or however you've done it, through bits, through tokens, whatever, we got to look at this as a business, right? And that's why Sean is going to break everything down for everybody in the chat. Let everybody know so they can look at it, look at the numbers for themselves, and have the necessary data to, even conceive of a decision, right, that you want to make, right? You need the data in order to make an informed decision. So that's what Sean's going to provide. And everybody can take it from there. Me personally, and even Mike is saying it too in the chat right there, we already talked about the options. We can also have a talk with the whole community, a poll, whatever. Success is what we're all looking for. And that is the truth. Like, we're all in this thing to succeed, right? We and ultimately, to make the space a better space. And like we always say, we're so transparent up here, even to our own detriment sometimes, because you can't always say everything. But no, like I said, Sean's going to break it down for everybody. Everybody can make an informed decision about what the best road is forward. For me personally, once we have all that data, the best business decision, whatever the best, whatever cuts costs, whatever allows us to grow, whatever doesn't choke everybody down, whatever keeps everybody in the game, like all of these things are things that we need to consider. So once we do have all that data, we can all make a very informed decision, be mature about it, and make a good, strong business decision. We got a lot of irons in the fire here, many irons. So
again, a peek behind the curtain, something I threw at the guys yesterday. As this thing grows, remember, people in this space pay sometimes thousands of dollars for AMAs that literally are just botted. They're almost paying for nothing. One of the biggest things about what Moon or Dust is offering is we're growing a very big live audience. 250 live audience members is huge in this space, and that's 1,000% organic. Hand of God, we don't pay for any viewership at all. That is 100% organic, which almost very rare times can people say that they have that kind of organic viewership. We've had thousands of views after. So on top of winning the money, or besides winning the money, the biggest thing for a project about getting on Moon or Dust is the exposure that the live audience will bring them, and then the views afterwards would bring. So, like, for instance, we've even brought out the idea of when it gets to this point, hopefully the demand is there, and if someone's playing the primetime episode, they actually have to put up the 1,000. They play for up to 1,000, and whatever they win, they keep. Whatever they lose, obviously the rest comes back to Mod. But it makes it worth it because they're getting their exposure. But instead of just coughing up that money, they're actually playing for a chance to get it all back. It's possible they can end up with the free AMA essentially. And we'll give them different things on top of that, like maybe even a video for me and different things. So there's so many different things we can do at Moon or Dust. That's just an example of just another idea to where we can get to the point where we aren't even coughing up the prize money. On top of ad dollars, we're also getting the people that come up to play, like the microcap, they pay the $250 to come up. And again, it's exposure for their project, the awesome community that can potentially come over, but they're potentially also going to win it back. So it's still a really good offer for people to come on, because with all your other AMAs, they drop $2,000 and they don't get that back. They go to the AMA and all it is bots and other AMA hosts trying to get them to come do an AMA with them. So just always throw out ideas, because there's just, again, it's endless. I'm going to save this. There's another idea I have, but I haven't even mentioned it to the guys yet. So I'm going to save this, but there's a million ideas that we can use for Moon or Dust to produce revenue. And we're off to a great start. 9 episodes, People are seeing it's legit. People are seeing it's real. So again, we're off to a great start. But yeah, let's see what we got pulled up here.
And you're right. Sorry, I just wanted to touch on that too, Sean. You're right. Like, you know, and that's why we're pushing Moon or Dust so hard, is because same as us, like all of these people that, you know, are coming on the show, we have the advantage of bonus of like being in the same shoes. We're trying to break through the noise too, right? So if we can break through the noise with something unique, something different that's not being done, doing it on as high a level as we can do it. Obviously, you know, we're still improving the product itself. You know, it's still very early and it was, you know, put together really quickly, but the contestants, the communities that are coming on, they're trying to break through the noise too, and going on another, you know, regular, you know, basic bitch AMA somewhere where people are half interested, you know, that ain't breaking through the noise. Like, we can all agree on that, right?
Yep,
So if they can come on Moon or Dust, which is breaking through the noise for them, yeah, that's worth a lot of money. That's worth a lot more than $1,000. I'll put it that way. It's worth a lot more than most YouTube videos you'll get, getting that live, real, organic exposure. So the more numbers we get, the more valuable the you know, that ad share, that ad space, those slots become, which means the more money we're going to bring in here. And just to show people as well, we did have one more clip, so I'm going to play this and then we can touch on the chat and then we can wrap it up, Sean. I know you got to go, but I did want to play this. This is a short one, but it was from our Theory community who've been super bullish, so I did want to play it for those guys today as well. If they're watching, shout out to you guys, you were awesome. And Milk community too, you guys are awesome. I'm sure we'll see you guys back again. But yes, Himothy for the Theory community. He wasn't playing, bro. He was not fucking playing. He was all right, check it out.
All right, Timothy, one more wallet.
23.
Wallet 23. All right, 25. So this is going to be our first call from any one of the three whales, and we're going to go ahead and see exactly what they're going to offer you after the first round. All right, so we have Dominic calling in. He's the businessman, typically gets right to the point. Let's go ahead and see what Dominic has to offer.
You're right, Dominic.
Listen, Himothy, balance your dreams with your gut and see the path to Thierry's moon, because my offer is $113.
All right, Himothy, very solid offer. In spite of losing the moon wallet of $250, Dominic is still offering you $113 to end this game right now. But for full context, you still have the wallet $200, $180, $160, $140, all above that $113. In the next round, we are going to be playing 5 wallets. So we have 40 seconds. If you moon it, it means you take the offer. If you dust it, it means you move on to the next round. So with 33 seconds, Timothy, we're going to moon or dust.
Man, that was a solid motherfucking offer. Why you do that? 1, 2, 3, bam, boom. Man, it's a lot underneath 113. I could get that to somebody in the community. I only
also
got
a lot above 113.
How much time I got?
All right, Timothy, 10 seconds.
All right, hold on, man. Let me think. We taking it. We taking 113.
All right, guys.
Whoa.
He's going to moon it.
Bravo. That was a sharp move, picking up $130 for Thierry. Secure that success. Stay bold, my friend.
All right, guys. It was actually the first time that someone's actually taken an offer that early, so shout out to you. Definitely caught me off guard. I was not. Everyone's been playing almost to the very end, so like it caught me off guard. Plus, I don't think he fully understood the game. So yeah, that's probably another thing. The odds were saying he should have went at least another round. He had so many big cases still left, but again, I don't think he fully understood it. But we were also just again having a conversation. Is that, man, everyone's playing to the end, and people aren't really winning any money because they're literally the DJ in them's coming out and they're playing it all the way, and we can't help the outcome. So hey, it's good that he took the money. Obviously, the man got paid out.
And I've seen this pop up too. So just want to address this real quick. We got to show the cases when they moon like that, didn't see where the moon was. Yeah, maybe we showed where the moon case was, all right. But we didn't want to go through the whole game again. Like when there's no stakes, especially in crypto, like you're just gonna have a massive drop off, I'd say, when there's no more money to be won. But what we did do was we had another game with someone else. We had a short 12 wallet game for $100. We got another member of the TRE community to come up and play for that. There'll be a clip coming out of that as well during the week. But yeah, we can show where the moon is, but we just have to build it out in the software. Like I said, it was put together kind of super quick, so we're still working on that. So I'm sure Adam will get to that, and we'll be able to show where the moon wallet and stuff was ultimately. But yeah, I mean that was the first time Himothy was not playing around, dude. He was taking that 113. Hey, I don't blame him. I mean, Andrew could have walked away with $160 the game before, but he went all the way as well, just like Merck, and ended up dusting it. But yeah, it was a good game. Congratulations to the TRE community. Congratulations, Himothy. Good job, guys. Yeah, one or two more questions, Sean, before we can run over that chart. Mustafa was asking, why is Joe absent a lot recently? Is he still fully invested in the project? So why is he still out of my Telegram group?
Yeah, so Joe's always going to be here. So Joe's schedule will change. Thing about Joe is when we got into this, this was always mine. On top of everyone's, I guess you can say it was my brainchild and all that stuff. Joe's on board always 100%. He's always there. Anything I need, he will do. But his schedule did change. So especially on Fridays, it was either kind of me or him because I couldn't do it later, but he couldn't do it earlier. So it was either me or him, and obviously it's mine pretty much more so. So, it had to be me. So he comes as soon as he can, every week he can. And then also Joe does I don't know what Joe shared about his personal life. He does seasonal work too with different things. So sometimes there's points in the calendar that he's super busy doing other stuff and he can't be around. So again, just also he does I don't even know the full extent of it, but he also does a lot of content creation. What is it like Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever? Is it Yu-Gi-Oh? So yeah, he's always still here. Yu-Gi-Oh. There's just seasons in the year that he can't be as present as he is other times. But yeah, you will always see Joe tweeting about us. And yeah, as far as him being in the Telegram, I'll have to make sure he gets in there. But yeah, sometimes he's so busy, he's just not online like I am, especially.
Joe's like a little brother. We hide under the roof sometimes. I think that's called the attic. But yeah, the loft.
Dude, Joe, Joe, I'm pretty sure Joe's older than us, Mike. So I don't know if he's the little brother.
But yeah, do you want to touch on the chart so real quick, Sean?
So let me see. He actually broke it down. Let's just read what Titan has to say. So that chart shows the average sell price from the top 50 holders, which you can see is at the bottom. And the top 50 holders buy, you can see we are holding the floor and the sellers are out. One way to go. Okay, so what do we have? Top 50 holders average price buy. Oh, damn. I didn't even realize it showed all that on the chart. Top 50 holders average sell price. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think Titan was putting that in there, but yeah.
I mean, you definitely got to worry about the floor with this crew. We hold the floor.
You mean you don't have to worry about the floor?
Well, what did I say? Sorry. Yeah, you don't have to worry about the floor.
Yeah.
Then,
have we applied for coin market cap yet?
So I shared the response in the chat. So unfortunately, they are making us pay the 5K. So there's no way around getting the listing without paying the 5K. Like they said, while they do list millions of projects for free, unfortunately, we're not one of them they're willing to do that for right now. I've even reached out to my plug at CMC, who's awesome, by the way. If you're paying that 5K, I can get you a CMC listing in under 24 hours. And he said if there was anything he can do, he would already do it. But when it comes to CMC, doesn't matter how good your plug is, it's either pay or play. They're not going to do you any favor. So right now, the way it sits, we're not getting on CMC unless we pay the 5K. Now, volume turns around, it really starts exploding. That's a whole different story because that's what they're going to want. They're going to want big time projects with big volume. That's the ones they're going to list organically without that 5K. It's, again, pay to play. Yeah, CMC. It's and yeah, anyone that's kind of in any part of that side of crypto knows CMC costs 5K.
Yep, that's it. And when they do that, they want to make sure that there's going to be some volume. They're basically covering their asses, right? If we're going to do this, someone's got to get paid to list you, right, to some degree.
Yep.
So either you're going to come on and bring enough volume to cover those expenses, or you got to pay 5K. That's the reality. So. There are options.
Hey, dude, CMC is a money-making machine. My God. I could
right.
that too. They have to make billions with a B. I mean, I mean, that's of course. Like I said, this token, while we have the game, the token, I mean, you guys like you do whatever you want, and we'll back you 100%. I'm game for whatever you guys are game for.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the token too. You know, like we'll do as much as we can, and you know, like the Tuesday episodes, the audience edition is more of a shoot the shit, talk about the chat, community engagement, and all that kind of stuff. But this is a community token, like in this story, and it's community that's going to drive that thing. We're going to keep showing up and doing the game show, and we're going to look to bring sponsorships in and make it become a revenue generator for Lunar Pump and Finion and stuff. But as far as the token goes, community take it, run with it. Everybody in the community right now, as you can see from the way that chart looks, the floor is holding. Everybody in the community right now is in a very strong position, as far as I'm aware. So it's just a case of, you know, gathering, rallying the troops and, you know, pushing this thing. We'll keep providing the clips, we'll keep providing the shows, we'll keep providing the content. You know, it's all there to be done, and we'll back you guys. Like Sean said, whatever is needed, we'll do anything and everything we can within our power, you know.
Yep.
As long as it's a good idea.
What Mike is saying, it really won't bring many investors. It was not like 2021 or maybe even 2022 when you got a CMC list and you had a real big spike in volume. That doesn't really happen anymore. So while I'm 100% behind it, if that's the route you guys want to go, if you're expecting a big uptick from it, you probably won't get it. The main thing that'll change is I will have an inbox with even hundreds of more messages with people trying to sell me marketing services for sure.
Yeah, they will be on in their droves.
Yeah, that may be true. So yeah, if we're willing to pay the $5K to get CMC boost, that could be a potential idea.
What's up with the boost? You pay them and they boost your project up?
I think so. I'm honestly not over familiar with it. I believe you have to be listed in order to get a boost, though, right, Jim Pick? I'm pretty sure.
Boost only 199.
That's what I thought.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
But you have to be listed to use it.
But you have to be listed. Yeah, once you're listed. Yep, yeah, that's what I thought.
All right. Well, shit. All in good time, gentlemen. All in good time. Consistency is the way to go here. Chart is looking good. Floor is looking strong for everybody that's in holding it back and pushing this thing. Reception on the back end is awesome. We got a ton of X ads ready to go out. Again, we're just been holding off them because, again, the Lunar Pump is not. We're just migrated to a new server. There's still a few little things we're ironing out, and we do not want to, like we always say, expend any ammo unnecessarily until, because this whole week we didn't use the chat because of the migration. There was a few bugs, so we want to make sure that chat is working perfectly, because every ad dollar we spend, we want to make sure that we're sending them to Lunar Pump. That's the final destination. So we want to make sure that that's ready. We don't want them to be like, screw this, there's a bug, and they never come back. So that's all ready to go. Massive.
Yeah, I mean, Lunar Pump was actually working. Lunar Pump was working great until you guys decided to break it. Until then, it was working great. Like, dude, again, eclipsing what we thought. I was not expecting 70 plus people in the Lunar Pump Fund chat. Chatting away like I was not expecting that. And our server couldn't handle it all at once. So.
Yep.
Upgrade it is.
So that's nearly there. So all that's coming. And like Sean said, he's doing a lot of talking with people in the background once we start bringing some sponsorships in and have mod generating some revenue. Lunar Pump will in turn generate. So yeah, go ahead, Sean.
And I don't want to name any names yet, but yeah, I really am starting conversations with some big names, just hoping they can see the vision that we have and just be one of those, because KOLs will cover it if they actually see value in something and they can get engagement. They potentially can buy it and get their return. And I still think this is one of them. So all hope is not lost about getting some organic KOLs. Very hard to do, but I do feel like this is one thing that can get some organic KOL eyes on it for sure.
Yep.
And I don't think you've ever heard me say that about anything we've done. That's getting organic KOLs. Like when you go commenting KOLs, people comments thinking that you're going to get them to come join the project and make content. They're not. They want to get paid, and they're not doing it unless they get paid. It's turned into a business. It's not like it was in 2021 where you actually could get a KOL to cover your project for free. it doesn't really work like that. But there's a couple of exceptions here and there, and I do think Lunar Dust is one of them.
Yeah. Like I said, we're going to keep showing up. We're going to keep delivering on our end as much as we possibly can, facilitating the community in every way we possibly can. And, hopefully this is the one. Who's this? Thanks for thinking about my idea. Let us moon on lunarpump.fun. Yes, whatever way we got to go, whatever route we got to take.
Like I said,
Lunar Pump token. Yeah.
Like I said, I'll get figures together over the weekend. Everyone else, think about your ideas, or act like I already get messages with everyone already acting like it's their token, like that they know what's best, because everyone thinks they knows what's best. So yeah, get all those ideas, keep their best ideas coming in, and let's talk about it Monday. I mean, again, I'm up for whatever you guys are up for. Like I said, I'm invested in this. I have tens of thousands of dollars in it. I'm not going anywhere. So let's do whatever. I'm up for whatever we have to do to turn the course of the ship.
Hell yeah. And stay positive out there, guys. Have a good weekend. We're going to be back Monday. Don't be too down. Don't let the market dictate your mood. Spend some time with family if you can. Enjoy yourselves. I'm not going to say touch grass, because that's, I'd rather say, hang with the fam. There you go. That's better.
Go get you some candy tonight. Go enjoy some trick-or-treating. That's what we'll probably be doing. But yeah, guys, it's 3:02, going a little bit later than I wanted, but we just have to rush to get a couple things done.
Shit.
But yeah, guys, again, we were having an important conversation. I never like to cut anyone short. I'll make my schedule work. But yeah, guys, it'll do it for today's episode. And remember, come back Monday. Let's have an open discussion. Get all your ideas ready. Let's put them out on the table. Mike or someone even said we can vote for it. Whatever you guys want to do, I'm 100% game for Infineon, for Lunar Pump, for Mod. Let's talk about it all. So someone saying sell tickets for potential CMC listing. Yeah, we can potentially do that. Remember, if we do sell tickets, we also want to increase the prize pot. Increasing the prize pot gets more eyes. So, we kind of find a balancing act on how to do that. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. Mr. Pixel, you got any final words?
Yeah. I just wanted to say something really quick. Someone just said raid Crypto Zeus. As you just posted about it. Let's see. All right, he just posted asking people for their thoughts. Get over there and raid him. Why not?
So for people that aren't familiar, that might be new, Zeus is one of my better friends in the space. He invested into Lunar Dust. Did not pay him a dime. He's put out some tweets. He probably at this stage won't make a video. And again, for people that aren't familiar, I'm a YouTuber too. It takes hours to produce a video. With busy schedules and stuff. And I know Crypto Zeus is extremely busy. It's hard to fit in sometimes some of that content that's kind of just waiting to be put in on the side. But he has a very good Twitter following, and he 100% will engage with Lunar Dust. So go put Lunar Dust, and I promise you he will engage with you about Lunar Dust. And for the record, he's one that got me on board, that gave me even more courage that we can get a lot of a lot of organic KOLs, because again, he's one that's extremely busy. So he typically doesn't have time to do things like that. So he's another reason why I have hope that we can get some organic good KOLs on this.
And I just wanted to shout out to Titan and the guys are over there. And if you are doing any community gathering of funds or whatever, there's always already been a boost done. So the guys are collecting there. If anybody does want to participate in that, or CoinMarketCap, whatever the community donation efforts are, just talk to the boys over there. They always got something going on. So shout out to you guys for doing that, and get your votes in over there too at Lunar Dust. It helps gets us up the ranking and get some more eyes on. But yeah, and he was saying he could reference us in his market overview videos. Yeah, I think he does that sometimes. I think what Sean was referencing was that he wouldn't do like an entire video on it.
Yeah, a dedicated video. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, I'm good, Sean. I'm just, again, everybody enjoy your weekend. Don't worry too much about the bloodbath. It's Halloween after all. Things will pick up. Like Sean said, on Monday, everything could be fucking, hunky dory again. So just, enjoy the time. We're going to keep working.
Also want to point out the viewership on Moon Mondays and Infineon Fridays since Mod launched. The viewership on Mondays and Fridays are going up. So again, Mod's doing its thing. It's getting attention onto us. Let's keep pushing, guys. Push Mod. Keep growing that ecosystem. And yeah, guys, we'll be back Monday. Like I said, get our ideas together. Let's talk about Infineon. Let's talk about how we can make this a successful ecosystem and what the best routes to go are. But that is going to do it for today's episode. I am DeFi Sean. That is our guy. Keep my hand in. Mr. Pixels. Or Pixel, I should say. And until next time, you all know
Michael,
what you
have
do.
your ass.
Trade safe.
Imagine being able to tip your favorite live streamer with crypto, and every tip went straight into their wallet in real time. Now imagine they could also return the favor. Streamers can now highlight participants, run games and competitions, and reward their audience in real time, live in chat. Tip live, get rewarded instantly. Only on Lunar Pump. Visit lunarpump.fun. Live streaming has truly gone Web3.